Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of New Launch Ho
Ho
Seh
Seh
Bo.
Bo.
Hey Eugene, what have you been busy with recently?
Busy with new launch coming out in Queenstown.
New launch in Queenstown. The last time there was a new launch is probably like 7 years back.
Correct, that was Stirling Residences.
Stirling Residences. So I heard those buyers there, right? They are really Ho Seh there at this stage, right?
Really Ho Seh.
Make a lot of money.
Tua tan.
Tua tan tan. Okay, then what are we looking at right now?
We're looking at Penrith at Queenstown.
Penrith at Queenstown. Okay, you know for Stirling Residences, right? This is like a mega development, 1,200 over units. Then for Penrith, how many units are we looking at?
Okay, so this is a good size development with full condo facilities. We're looking at only 462 units.
Hi, 462 units. Sounds just right. I don't
Yep.
need to share with 1,000 over people from the swimming pool,
Correct.
right? Yeah. So for the unit mix, what kind of unit mix are we looking at?
We're looking at 2 to 4 bedder.
2 to 4 bedroom. Okay, sounds like it's a very family-oriented kind of project, yeah.
Yep.
And if I were to buy this today, then when do you think I can collect my keys?
Estimated TOP 2029.
Hey, sounds good.
Okay, so Penrith is actually a 2-tower block development, up to 40 stories high. Orientation is north-south. And in fact, if let's say you were looking towards the north, you may be able to see botanical gardens on the higher floor.
Okay, so that's why on top they actually have a viewing deck, right, at the rooftop itself.
Yes, they have a rooftop garden at level 40.
So, for buyers of condos, especially like investors like myself, right, the number one concern is always, can we make money? So what kind of transformation are we expecting from this area? Because usually only with transformation that you can kind of see the money making potential.
Yes, so in actual fact, Queenstown is actually not just within the Queenstown MRT. Okay, it's actually quite big. Like Ghim Moh is also part of Queenstown. In fact, actually Red Hill is also part of Queenstown. So similarly for One North area as well.
Okay.
So if we were to look at the master plan in 2019, so we just need to focus on 2 areas. One is on the left of this master plan, which is the One North side. You will see a lot of blue color plots. Okay, all these are part of the business park. Okay, then we look on the right side, we have this yellow color plot along Kay Siang and Alexandra Road. Now we fast forward to 2025. You will notice that the plots on the left, from the usual blue color, they actually converted into this slight pink color.
Pink color means what? Mixed development.
Residential with first floor commercial.
Oh, so next time in future, I will have shops, I will have F&B option there, plus some residential unit in that One North zone.
Yes, correct. And then if you were to look at the Kay Siang side, from the reserve land, the yellow color plot, they actually convert into this slightly orange color, which is subject to detailed planning, and this color is actually for residential.
Okay, what other things do we have in terms of changes in Queenstown area itself?
Okay, so more recent, in the past few years, we do see more emphasis on the One North area, because this is part of the decentralization plan. So One North is actually part of the a business node area. So you do see research, you do see healthcare,
pharmaceutical,
yes, life sciences
there,
and all this,
there,
all focused, including media as well. And so you will see a lot of workforce. In fact, in One North itself, we are looking at about 50,000 working class.
1,000 working class, so many people.
Yep.
But most of them are actually foreigners, right?
Yes, so most of them are expats.
So this will actually form part of the tenant pools, for Queenstown area.
Correct.
No wonder the rental demand there is really quite high. And always I see expat one when I go for my viewings at all these areas.
So that's why you do see a recent Science Park, Singapore Science Park area, the launches there, actually they sold out more than 80%.
Oh yeah, correct. That was very unexpected.
Then we were to look at Queenstown, because Queenstown itself, I would say, is more like a Toa Payoh kind of apple-to-apple comparison in terms of the age.
Yeah, because a lot of amenities, very mature kind of estate.
Yes. So similarly to Toa Payoh, what government is doing in Queenstown is to rejuvenate the whole area. So they are actually making use of this rail corridor, all the spaces they have under the flyovers to create recreational space, community space for activities. Yes, because they can't really tear down the HDB just to build community space, right?
Nobody will do that.
Yes. So what they do is they plan to finish this plan by 2027 to have all these community areas, like park connectors, more park connectors, and more exercise areas.
Okay, so what I do understand about Queenstown is that this is very strategically located in Singapore and it's all about the convenience. Alright, I think it's very easy to get around from Queenstown area. Alright, so as you can see, we are actually within walking distance to the Margaret Drive Hawker Centre and also the Mei Chin Road Market. And we are only 10 minutes drive to Orchard and also about 15 minutes drive to the CBD area, which is, I believe, for the CBD, all these expats, they also love to stay at Queenstown area itself because we are not that far away from the working area, yet, we are conveniently located, right? So, in terms of MRT wise, like what you mentioned about One North, Queenstown MRT is along the east-west line and it's only 2 stops to Buona Vista, which is where the One North is actually located. And also, if I were to travel down to the CBD, Raffles Place is only like 5 stops away. In terms of bus stop, I think for people who are working at Maple Tree Business City, Alexandra Commercial Node, there are direct buses there, right?
Yes. In fact, there are so many like private schools in the area. So you also see apart from expats as your tenant, you will see a good pool of students, international students.
For people who are starting families who has kids, I'm happy to let you know that for that area itself, we are actually within 1 kilometer to 2 schools, Queenstown Primary and Newtown Primary.
Hey Aaron, so we're going to talk about asset progression, right? So can you tell me more? Like recently I see all the news about Queenstown, 5-bedroom, 1.5, 1.6, 1.7.
Yeah.
Wow.
All the record high $1 million HDB, right?
Yep.
So the good thing about in Queenstown is that we are not just only surrounded by HDBs, we are actually surrounded by $1 million HDBs, which is why for today's market, right, most of the new launch buyers are actually the HDB upgraders. And having all these $1 million HDB upgraders around me, right, actually helped me in supporting the price of that area itself.
Can meh?
Can. Okay, let's take for example, right, if I look at one project called Skyview at Dawson, this is a BTO launch in 2009, which is actually right next to Penrith itself. Okay, now back then a 5-room flat, right, starting price is only 532,000. A 4-room flat is only 373,000. Now, if I fast forward to today, Dawson resale price, right, for most of the 4-room flats, we are looking at more than 1 million. Okay, in kind of transaction. So can you imagine the kind of money that these homeowners made? Okay, so I just do a simple math lah. For example, this person, let's say he bought in 2009 at 400,000 for this 4-room flat and sell in 2025 this year at 1 million. Alright, so they make a total of 600,000 profit in 16 years. Alright, so if I were to take into consideration the outstanding loan, because you've been paying installment for like a good 16 years already, right? Probably your loan outstanding amount, right, could be 100,000, 150,000, or even no more loans already. Okay, so if I were to take into consideration the cash and the CPF from the sale of the HDB, right, actually you are able to take back about 850,000 to almost 900,000. Okay, assuming you have 100,000 loan. Most importantly, right, I think 16 years ago when you buy BTO, you are probably in your 25 to 30 years old, and back then the HDB income ceiling is about 8,000, and right now based on your age, probably about 40s, mid 40s to early 50s, you should be earning about 20,000 or 30,000 lah, together as a household income lah. Okay, if you have not earning that kind of money, maybe you want to reconsider, your job right now. Okay, yeah, and with that in mind, right, actually based on our profit of 600,000 that you make, okay, without touching your savings, you can actually buy up to 2.4 million property. Alright, and if you want to consider your cash and CPF proceeds, like I mentioned, you can actually buy up to 3.6 million property, which is why, for these HDB upgraders, it's actually very easy for them to upgrade the new launch.
So they can choose from many different unit types.
Yeah, and for Penrith, most of the 3-bedrooms price range is actually within this price range, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, and most people, right, they like to sell their HDB, upon MOP. Why so? This is because, right, upon MOP, which is after your 5 years, right, that is where you get your highest upside lah. Of course, if you look at, for example, today, right, if I look at this particular unit that I want to share with you guys, level 4, alright, this particular 4-room flat sold for 915,000 in August 2025. Okay, but if I were to compare it to another unit, which was the one at level 3, okay, upon MOP, which is some 5 years back, all right, this owner, right, actually sold the unit at 726,000. From 726 to 915,000, over the last 5 years, actually the HDB only increases by about 189,000.
But is it better to hold for another 5 years?
Yeah, so you can see these 5 years, definitely you still make money because, you know, in Singapore property, it's either you make more or you make less. Back then, assuming this third floor BTO, they sold at 300, they bought at 386,000, all right, and sell at 706,000 in 2020, they make a profit of 340,000. If I consider, you know, after minusing the loan, probably cash and CPF proceeds about 500,000, all right, and if you look at the price at Stirling Residences in the year 2020 for this 3-bedroom unit type, you know, Hex 40-07, they only bought it at 1.961 million. Now with 500,000, they can actually make the down payment for this 1.961 million. All right, and fast forward to today, 2025, this particular unit was actually sold for 2.7 million. All right, so if you look at the comparison, this by doing this move where they sell the HDB and proceed to Stirling Residences, and 5 years down the road they sell, they actually make a profit of 739,000 as compared to your 189,000 for the HDB. You're actually making 550,000 more.
Wow, that's like maybe 4 times.
Yeah, so you know that is why, right, most people upon MOP, if they have the income, they are able to upgrade, they will typically want to do an upgrade. Now, for all the viewers out there, if you are not sure what to do with your existing HDB, do contact us at our handphones, okay, and we will be there to give you a consultation to share with you what are the possibilities with your existing HDB and what you can do thereafter. Okay, Eugene, you know, after talking about all the HDB upgraders coming to this area, most importantly, right, for all the nearby developments, are they profitable? And there are so many different choices. Which one should I be choosing?
Yes, definitely they are profitable lah. So Aaron, if you look at this whole Queenstown MRT area within like maybe 500 meters, okay, so in terms of GLS there are only 5 plots. That's excluding Penrith. So in fact, these 5 plots only have 3,871 units.
Oh, okay.
Which
That's
is not a lot for
a
mature estate.
Correct.
Okay, because if you were to look like further west in Clementi in recent years, total they also have about 3,800 plus. Yeah, so this is like the usual number for estate lah. And then if we were to look at, you know, number of BTOs going to MOP, or we already have MOP, it's about 12,000 units.
12,000 plus units. So, you know, if a good 3% of them wants to upgrade to a condo in that area, whatever is available right now probably, you know, cannot support that demand.
Yep.
Just to share with all our viewers out here, all right, we have 2 projects that we want to talk about, which is right next to each other, similar kind of number of units. So we are talking about Commonwealth Towers, which is by Hong Leong Holdings, CDL, and Hong Realty. 2 of the developers are the same as Penrith, versus Queenstown, which is by MCC Land, HY Realty. Okay, in terms of the number of units, 845 versus 736, TOP about the same time. So which one of them actually make more money?
Okay, so from here you can see that we have 2 different layouts that we choose from lah. Okay, 904 for Commonwealth Tower and 861 for Queenstown. Actually, in terms of the layout, Commonwealth Tower is more efficient if you ask me, because you have a more squarish shape, you know, you have a small AC latch. Okay, whereas Queenstown you have an odd shaped balcony, you have a odd shaped AC latch which tends to be larger in size. And in terms of, you know, similar comparison, over here at Commonwealth Tower, it offers you a enclosed kitchen, natural ventilation and stuff, whereas in Queenstown, okay, it's an open concept kitchen. Of course, both units, you know, because of the good entry price, the location, you know, proximity to the amenities around, both have made substantial profits lah. So for Commonwealth Towers, this particular unit, okay, 31-21, okay, so it actually made like 687,000.
Okay, so compared to Queen's Peak, you know, similar point of time that entry 2017, exit in 2025, over 8 years, Queen's Peak itself actually made only 456,000. Actually, it's not only lah, 456,000 is still quite a lot of money,
still quite a lot, yes.
Yeah, but you know, if we were to compare the 2 of them together, then you know, Queen's Peak actually pales in comparison lah, compared to Commonwealth Tower.
Yes, because buyers like to choose whichever layout that suits them the best.
So how does Penrith compare to all the other development in the area itself?
So I'm just going to take a few as a comparison. So I'll start with Penrith versus Queen's Peak. Okay, so we'll start with this 2-bed 1-bath in Queen's Peak, 624 square feet. Okay, this is non-harmonized.
So for Penrith, right, we're looking at 2-bed 1-bath at 614 square feet harmonized, meaning to say the aircon latch is not part of the strata number.
Yes,
so
correct.
look at the differences. I do see the balcony has very odd and weird shape. You know, even the aircon latch looks like really big for Queen's Peak, right? Compared to Penrith, the aircon latch is pretty standard. The balcony also pretty standard. You know, good size, proper size. And looking at that, it seems to me that, you know, a 614 square feet is significantly bigger than 624 square feet at Queen's Peak.
Yes, actually I want to highlight the bedroom too. If you were to look at the bedroom too, you can see from the layout, for Penrith we can put in a queen size and we still have like walking space around the bed. Whereas over here at Queen's Peak, they put a single bed, a side table, but you look at the number, you know, the amount of space lah. Okay, then we were to look at, you know, the 2-bed 2-bath, still Queen's Peak versus Penrith. So over here at Queen's Peak is 775 square feet. Good size, right, Aaron?
Yeah, it's like 100 square feet bigger than Penrith, you know.
Yes, because Penrith is 678 square feet.
Correct.
Okay, but then I want to highlight again, you look at the balcony, like what you mentioned earlier, the odd shape. And actually this balcony extends to the bedroom too.
Right, so maybe the bulk of the space goes to the balcony, and wow, I look at the aircon latch. I don't know how many compressors you can put inside this aircon latch. Maybe 4 or 5.
Yes, so you can put so many compressors, but actually you only have 2 bedrooms.
Oh.
Yes, so another thing about this, when compared to Penrith, is how efficient is the space usage. So you can see that the kitchen in Queen's Peak is actually an open kitchen. It's along the corridor space between, you know, towards the dining and the living. But then over here at Penrith, the 2-bed 2-bath, we have a tucked away kitchen. So it's really separate from your dining space. It doesn't, you know, you don't see a lot of people walking around, you know, when cooking and eating at the same time. And another thing that I want to highlight is that if you notice the bath too in Penrith, it's a Jack and Jill concept. So it actually opens up your options in terms of your investment. Like example, if you say you were looking for rental, yes, because then you can rent to individual expats instead of just looking at family profile.
Right, so you know, having a dumbbell layout is probably, you know, very popular for today's 2-bed 2-bath, and that's what Penrith offer, which Queen's Peak, looking at it, doesn't offer you. Okay, then if I compare to Commonwealth Towers, which is, you know, I think one of the more popular one and more profitable one, then how does it, you know, compare?
So you can see Commonwealth Towers is actually by the same developer, but I would say Penrith is more like a upgraded version. Okay, because over here at this Commonwealth Towers, it's 689 square feet, 2-bed 2-bath. So it's an open kitchen, and it's quite like a typical layout where you have the corridor space towards the bedroom.
Then if I have a big family, you know, going for 4 bedrooms, alright, Commonwealth Towers 4 bedroom is 1,302 square feet versus Penrith at 1,281 square feet. Again, because Penrith is harmonized, so probably in terms of the usable space for Penrith 4 bedroom, it should be bigger than Commonwealth Towers.
Yes, correct. Because if we minus off, you know, the aircon latch and other stuff, then it should be similar.
But looking at the 2 floor plans side by side, right, it do seems to me that, you know, it's really pretty similar. Okay, if Commonwealth Tower 4 bedrooms are actually very popular, I believe for the Penrith 4 bedroom is going to be something very popular for families as well.
Yes, and in fact, if you were to look at the transactions for resale, I think they're averaging about 100K per year.
So,
yes,
you know, same developer, same style. If you have missed Commonwealth Tower on day 1, please do not miss Penrith on day 1. So compared, you know, to the 2-bed 2-bath plus study for Stirling Residences, this is 786 square feet versus our compact 3-bedroom for Penrith is also 786 square feet. So, you know, in terms of the value proposition, you know, I think Penrith at 786 square feet with 3-bed 2-bath is definitely a much better value proposition than Stirling Residences 2-bed plus study.
Yes, because if you were to look at the comparison for a 2-bed 2-bath plus study, usually the 2 bedrooms are tucked in between other unit layouts. So we do not have natural ventilation in terms of like a bathroom with window, kitchen with window. But over here at Penrith, 786 square feet, harmonized. Okay, it's a corner unit. It offers you natural ventilation in the kitchen and the bath.
Right, I see that. I see all the windows, and most importantly, you know, if I check through the transaction history for Stirling Residences, this particular layout, 2 bed, 2 bath plus study, it was sold for 1.98 million back last year in May 2024. For Penrith, 3 bed, 2 bath, 786 square feet, what do you think is the entry price for this?
I think it will be from probably like 2.1 to 2.4.
2.1 to 2.4 million, high floor at 2.4 million, right?
Yep.
So, you know, 2.1 million versus a 2 million, 100,000 more probably get you, you know, a proper 3 bedroom compared to 2 plus study. I think Penrith is definitely a value buy at this price. And, you know, even for own stay, okay, at 786 square feet, it is actually, as long as, you know, the layout is efficient, the space is very well used, like you can see, it's a very squarish kind of layout, that will definitely still be a very comfortable stay for a family of 3 or 4. If I were to compare, you know, my favorite kind of unit size, the 1066 square feet Penrith, okay, 3 bed, 2 bath, which come with a store and WC, compared to Stirling Residences 3 bed, 2 bath at 1055 square feet. Okay, so I think our Penrith is actually bigger. Okay, and what's the differences between these two?
Okay, so the key differences are, there are a few of it. Okay, so in terms of kitchen, I would say more or less the same, because you have, you know, typical kitchen with see-through glass, you know, the store and stuff. But then I want to highlight is the living. So in the living for this Stirling Residence unit, actually is the typical size. But then if you were to look at the balcony, it's actually bigger because it extends to the bedroom too.
Oh yes, now I notice.
Yes, but then if you were to look at this 1066 square feet unit in Penrith, the living is actually 3.6 width.
3.6 meter.
Yes.
Oh, that's decent, huh?
Yes, so if this decent size, then you were to look at the balcony. Actually, the balcony is also very, very good size.
So actually, the living room width is for Penrith is actually wider than that of Stirling Residences.
I would say probably.
Yeah, looking at the floor plan, it does look like that.
Yep. And then another thing that I want to highlight is if we were to compare the master bedroom. Okay, so master bedroom in this Stirling Residence unit is quite typical, if you ask me.
Yes.
Okay, whereas if you were to look at Penrith, we have a walk-in wardrobe.
Wow, very luxurious walk-in wardrobe in today's context.
Yeah, so you have the additional space, you know, on the side of this maybe your king-size bed. So if let's say your missus want to have a dressing table, you know, can easily fit in a dressing table. You want more wardrobe space, you can actually get your.
You can still build more carpentry work also.
Definitely,
I can see that
definitely.
potential for this transformation in the master bedroom itself, lah.
Yep.
Okay, so Eugene, do you have the full floor plan for Penrith itself?
Yes.
Okay, so for all the viewers out there, if you want the full set of the floor plan and some analysis on which floor plan type, which unit type to choose from, please, again, feel free to call us, reach out to us, and we'll be there to share with you all the information on Penrith itself. Alright, so Eugene, just to summarize, when is Penrith going to preview?
A preview is from 3rd October to 14 October.
3rd to 14 October. Wow, that is like pretty soon, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, so you know, for all the viewers out there, if you are keen to view the show flat units with us, okay, we will be there to assist you. Please contact us, and we will be more than happy to show you all the different layouts and all the analysis together with you, and hope to find something suitable for you and your family. Okay, with that, we come to the end of today's session. For more information, please contact us, or you know, please like and subscribe to our channel as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
See you.